This video is on how to take a stuck gas valve out of a Yugo M59 66. Basically, I had a friend of mine bring me this Yugo M SKS, and the gas valve was stuck. It has two settings. Down to the right, this is the semi-automatic setting. If you push it up, which it would not do, it'll go to the semi-automatic setting. You have a common problem with some of these Yugo SKSs. They have gas problems that won't extract, stove pipes, things like that. What ends up happening is the this right here, the gas setting valve, if it's down, it's in the semi-automatic position. To turn it to the grenade setting, you press it in, rotate it, and that is your grenade setting. However, what happens to this one? They sometimes in the inside of it, they have a gas valve that fits inside of here. A lot of people shoot a lot of corrosive ammo out of it, don't clean it right, or it could have been done years ago by the conscript army. It gets stuck. A lot of corrosive builds around the valve and on the inside of the gas block. A lot of people cannot get it out. This is my step-by-step on how to try to get the thing out. This particular Yugo was actually stuck in the semi-automatic position. No matter how much I pressed that thing in and rotated it up, it would not go. Basically, what you're going to need is a can of brake and carburetor cleaner, can of Balisol, a small punch, a brass or a plastic hammer with a plastic head on it, and a flathead screwdriver. First thing you do is field strip the SKS. I'm not going to bother doing that because there's a million videos on YouTube. First thing I did was put the nozzle on the carb cleaner can and spray it. I sprayed down in here, just a couple squirts in here, spray in here, a couple sprays in here, and then down in back of the button. Okay, let that sit for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes or longer, I mean, some people are different, so they might let it have to sit for 10 or 15 minutes, but get some Balisol, spray it in the same areas. I'll let that sit for about another 5 or 10 minutes. After I let it sit, what you have to do, and I can't really demonstrate it here, this button, you have to press it in. My button moved back and forth, but it didn't rotate because of the corrosion. The next thing you do is grab a flathead screwdriver. You have to press in on the button at the same time with your left thumb, or if you're right-handed, doesn't matter, and just gently pry it. You have to push in and hold the button and pry it loose with the flathead screwdriver. Just be careful. It's not a job that you just take your time doing it. Just move it slowly as possible until the button slides up or starts to slide up. The next thing I did was grab a punch, and like I said, I'm just tapping on this real lightly. I'm not hammering it or whatever, but you have to press in, put the punch in down in that hole, down in that channel, press in. The button's going to be pressed in. You're just going to tap it until it moves. What you might have to do, if it's still not moving, give it a few sprays of carburetor cleaner and Balisol. Make it soak so it gets in there and breaks up that corrosion. I basically just did that until it kind of broke the corrosion seal. Got it up into the up position. I basically got it to move. Press in, and that moves forward, as you can see, in that position. Once you move it in, move it, press it in, move it forward till it goes no more. Move it into that forward in this furthest back position. Pull the button out, and there's a spring in there. It'll drop out, and the cylinder pulls out. You can still see, I mean, I've cleaned this thing and it's still got corrosion on it. You get it out, inspect the gas valve for corrosion, any dings coming out. The rim, make sure it looks concentric, and the inside. Clean this really well. You can also clean the gas button, and on the inside of the gas block. Clean that out really well. Then test fire it. Reassemble it, try to test fire it. If it's still giving you problems, replace it with a Murray's GV1 gas valve, or and then try to reassemble and test fire it. I don't really like, you will have to wipe out some of that oil. You really shouldn't put a whole lot of oil in your gas system, but in this particular case, I mean, it was stuck in there. So spring and the button. Inspect your button to see if it's got any corrosion in it, because it can corrode on the outside of the gas valve or on the inside of the button or the spring. So give it a check and retest fire it. Sometimes this might take longer than others. One guy I read about online, he couldn't get it at all, so it's a pretty common problem, but I haven't seen any videos on it. So after you either replace or clean the gas valve and the gas block, this is how it should, this button should move that easily. Press in. That's in the grenade position. This is in semi-automatic position.